Hi friends, Mrs. McCarver here with your writing lessons for the week. This week, we are going to learn about a new type of writing. So far, when we were in school, we learned how to write a narrative story or a small moment story. And we also learned how to write a persuasive or opinion writing piece. This week, we're going to learn about how-to writing. Today will be our introduction, and we'll learn what it is and how we can plan out what we're going to write. The next time you watch a writing video, we'll talk about the steps and the things you should include to make your writing even better. So today what you're going to need is some paper, a pencil, and some crayons if you have it. You might have some paper from school that looks like this. You might have blank pieces of paper, or you might even have a notebook that you can write in. Any of these are fine. So the first thing we need to do is learn what is how-to writing. How-to writing is a type of writing that teaches the reader how to do something. That means the author or the person who's writing needs to know everything about that topic. They are an expert at it. So the first thing I'm going to do is think about, what do I know how to do? What am I really good at that I could teach someone else? I want you to take a minute and pause the video and create a list. You could draw pictures or write words for your list. I know how to. I'm going to make my list here on the board of things that I know how to do. Take a second and make your list and then play the video again. Welcome back. I hope you have your list ready. Here's my list. These are all things that I am really good at doing and I could teach someone else to do. I know how to ride a bike. It might surprise you, but Mrs. McCarver can ride a bike. I know how to make a sandwich. I know how to make all kinds of sandwiches. I know how to brush my teeth. I'm an expert at this because I do it twice a day. I know how to draw a cat. There's an example. I know how to set the table. This is how we get ready for dinner. Today, I think I'm going to talk to you about how to set the table. That's my idea or topic for my book. In your packet, there is a story about how to set the table. It's called Dan Gets Set. You can take some time and read this story if you don't know all the things you might do to set the table, if you're not an expert. But I am an expert because I do this a lot. So I have to think about all the steps or all the things I do when I set the table. This is going to help me plan out what I might put on every page of my book. Let me think. Well, first, I'm going to get out forks because that's what my family usually uses to eat with. You know what? Then I'm going to get out the plates because we definitely need that to eat with. And then I'm going to get some napkins out. My family is kind of messy. The last thing I would need to do to get the table ready is to put a fork, a plate, and a napkin at each person's seat. So these are the things I want to make sure that I do when I am setting the table. I want you to pause the video and say the things you might do at your house when you set the table. It might be different than what I do. So use your fingers and think about each thing you would do when you set the table. Now that I've thought of each thing I need to do when I set the table, I'm going to start my book by sketching out a quick picture on each page to help me remember. Let's see, the first thing I said I was going to do was to get out the forks because we usually use forks when we eat. There are 4 people in my family, so here's my silverware drawer. I'm going to get out 4 forks. I'm remembering that this page is going to be about the forks. Now remember, this is just a quick sketch, so I'm not going to put all my details in yet. Here's my silverware drawer. I'm going to remember that this page is about getting out the forks. The next thing I said was that I needed to get out the plates. In my house, I keep the plates up in the cabinet. So I have to get all the plates off the shelf. Okay, I'm going to remember that this page is about getting out the plates. I know my picture doesn't have details yet, but I'm just doing a quick sketch to help me remember. The next thing I need to do is get out some napkins. Sometimes we have napkins and they have little designs on them. So I'm going to put a napkin there with polka dots. So I'm going to remember that's what my next page is about. The last step I said was I need to put everything out at the table. So here's my table. There's the legs. And I'm going to put a fork, a plate, and a napkin for each person. Now remember, I said I have 4 people in my family, so I'm going to make sure I put 4 of those out at the table. Okay? Today, that's your job. Take your pieces of paper and start by sketching the steps that you have when you set the table. In a few days, there will be another video to talk about what we would do next in our writing. Have a great day.